Do y'all remember I did the video about them growing the babies in the incubators? They don't need a mama anymore. How demonic. Y'all seeing eye. Surveillance. Stock market crash. War. AI. And then, of course, there's Russia, the sickle, and the nuclear green sludge, death. China, the yin and yang. North Korea, the nuke sign crossed out on her cheek, then death. And guess what's next? The AC being ushered in. And why? Possibly because of CERN. That's the goddess and god, Shiva. India gave that statue to CERN. Okay, everybody, I had a reason for showing you that. It seems like everything was going in succession in that. I think we might be able to expect the stock market crash being next, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Canadian Prepper, and he's talking about North Korea, and that's one of the main reasons why I showed that. So close, you guys. And Japan, remember Amanda Christian's dream? Well, she was in a woman was in a barn. She was tied up, and a samurai warrior came up to her and told her if she drank of this bowl, he would set her free. And Putin was off doing something. Well, we know what he's doing. And they both became bloodsuckers because apparently the woman drank of the bowl of wrath. Let's listen. The Woman's America. Here we go, y'all.
This is an emergency alert breaking news for you today. I wasn't going to make a video, but duty calls.
Amen.
So we have the North Koreans launching a missile in the direction of the island of Aikido, which is in the northern part of Japan. This prompted the Japanese authorities to issue an evacuation order. Surprisingly, this made the mainstream news. Typically, these types of things haven't, but I'll tell you why this one was so significant. One of the first reasons was that its proximity to the actual island of Aikido. They believe this came very close to Aikido. Now, this evacuation order has since been lifted, but we're going to talk today about why you absolutely need an evacuation plan. Not just a bug-out plan, not just a bug-out bag. You need to have a plan to get ready to get out of Dodge when moments count. These people...
We're going to get out of Dodge because we're going to be raptured. Jesus is our bomb shelter. And if y'all are hearing my my doggy snore, sorry about that.
Had 30 minutes from the time of the launch of this. What they're thinking is a ballistic missile to get their crap together and bounce. Now, what they mean in this context by an evacuation order, they're typically referring to you need to get to a bomb shelter as soon as possible. Of course, the Japanese, with the experience of being the only country to ever be nuked, takes these types of situations incredibly seriously, especially when you're talking about a nuclear-armed North Korea. Now, understand that this is of critical importance right now because the North Koreans have not responded to any American or South Korean messages in the past 6 days.
Wow.
This is highly unusual behavior.
He put this
In
out about
addition
7
to
hours
that,
ago, y'all.
they also have been launching a missile pretty much every other day. We're talking about a country who only a few years ago, we'd be lucky to see a handful or maybe a dozen or so missile launches. They've already, I'm pretty sure, exceeded their record for missile launches this year, and they're certainly on track to reaching a new level of missile launches for 2023. So this is of critical importance. It should remind everybody that you absolutely need an evacuation plan, that these situations can and likely will present themselves, because the North Korean saber-rattling that is currently occurring is unlike any other time that I've seen in my lifetime. Personally, some people might say no, that the peak of the crisis was when North Korea was doing their nuclear testing, but never before has North Korea had the capacity that they do now and the capability in terms of their missiles that they can launch their nuclear weapons from, and the amount of nuclear weapons that they have, and never has the tension in the region been so high. So the fact that the South Korean government and military have been unable to reach North Korean officials through set communication deconfliction channels for over 6 days is incredibly concerning. This, of course, coincides with the military exercises that the Chinese have been doing in and around Taiwan. So Taiwan, very proximus to the Korean Peninsula, of course, relatively speaking. This is hundreds of miles, but nonetheless, it's in the same general theater of war. And of course, the Chinese and the North Koreans are like this. So you know that this North Korean silence has something to do, likely, with what is going on with the military exercises currently taking place in China. Now, China has said they've concluded these exercises. However, there remains a ship presence just to the east of Taiwan. So they have an aircraft carrier in this region, a strike carrier group. They have numerous warships still out to sea, and the Chinese have said that they're going to start intercepting ships, commercial ships, and that if the Taiwanese don't comply, then there's going to be problems. Now, the other piece of news, and like I say, this is going to be a quick video today, guys, but you need to understand what's coming. So the Chinese are going to institute a no-fly zone in the northern part of Taiwan. This is going to drastically restrict air traffic for a short period of time, because there is a lot of flights that go from here to there. And they're saying that they're only going to have to institute this no-fly zone for a couple hours. I believe the Taiwanese tried to talk them down to 45 minutes, and they're saying that the reason for this is potentially falling space debris. Some people are saying this is just a power play to try to get Taiwan to comply with Chinese orders. Nonetheless, the Taiwanese are preparing like you wouldn't believe. All of these military deployments and assets are being prepared. Their level of combat readiness right now, if you could put it at a DEFCON level, I'm quite sure it's DEFCON 2, possibly DEFCON 1. If you want